Okay, let's see what's up with the crime scene.
This window is pristine on the inside. Unlike golden light melts away
Boom.
into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed.
What position are they in?
Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth, a ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain, ending him.
Where does it come from?
From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole, shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back.
Inspect the ghostly figures.
The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization.
Have a look at point A, the roof.
The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points.
Shouldn't there be gun residue outside?
There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away. This was more than a week ago.
So what? I'm 80% sure the roof is where the shot is made from?
72%, with a weapon that's good for medium range, like a rifle or sports pistol. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium, a well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside in the darkness, too busy with their own bodies.
Could the shot have come from inside the room?
Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, detective.
Okay, are there any arguments against A prime, the roof?
None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any.
Could there have been another point of origin further away?
That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez?
Extrapolate the radius to include all Martinez.
According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime. B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet, detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on.
Let's look at point B, the boardwalk.
700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account.
Point B2, Land's End.
1.2 kilometers away, the least likely of these positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched.
What about B3, the islet?
1 kilometer away, a point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay. The fort is ruined, but the perpetrator may have found a stable spot on the beaches surrounding it, where the concrete crumbles into the sea. As you saw in the coin-operated viewer, the shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable.
So the shot could have come from somewhere further out than the roof.
It is possible that it came from B prime, the boardwalk, B double prime, Land's End, or B triple prime, the islet. You can't know for sure until you investigate those locations.
Cool.
The lieutenant would probably agree that, in this situation, it's best to be thorough.
Very nice. We have the
Two
lead.
neon lit.
Maybe we can even come back here with Kim later. I don't know. I wasn't anticipating not having Kim around. We had to ask Titus something. Oh yeah. Where the fuck is Ruby Titus?
Just dragged her away, huh? Stone cold. Didn't think you had it in you.
I didn't have what in me to arrest Classier?
Yeah, you ruthless son of a bitch. I certainly didn't have it in me. I always let the pretty ones go. I'm soft like that.
Like that.
Yeah, like when we let old Clancy's widow walk.
Oh, Denise, the diner girl. The milk rack on that one.
Can't say I wasn't sad to see her go. Our Claudia there. Her face when your friend walked her out. Goddamn.
What did it look like?
Like she was walking to the gallows.
He avoided looking her straight in the eye. You would have too.
Fuck with the sun, boy, get burnt.
Goddamn you, son boy. I guess there's nothing to do about it now. I just hope she can game her way through the system and come out the other way. Don't think I forgot how I specifically let you know how I felt about her arrest either. Now, what do you want?
His tone is friendly now, and the last words are actually accompanied with a little smile. Titus's posture is more relaxed than when you first met him. He is relieved that this Clausia business is finally over.
All right, I talked to Claudia. Now I need to talk to Ruby.
Why?
Because she's your real leader.
You're cuckoo, cop. I'm the only man responsible for this unit. Get with it, or fuck off.
How many times must I tell you?
Yeah, fuck off!
Look, I need to pin this on someone, and she's the next link in the chain that leads me to his killer.
Sounds like you're making her a suspect. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
And fuck you too, moral
She is missing, and if you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. That's how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get...
Ugh. That's brutal, bro. Let me see if I can redo that and see if I can say I said the wrong thing apparently.
Just dragged her away, huh? Stone cold. Didn't think you had it in you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Denise.
Can't say I wasn't God. Don't think I...
His tone, Titus's posture.
Why?
I'm gonna level with you. She's the next link in the chain that leads me to Lily's killer. I don't really have a good answer here. He doesn't want to give her up. So, I mean, I'll just be honest. She's the next link in the chain that leads me to Lily's killer.
Sounds like you're making her. Ruby's...
And fuck you!
That's nothing. That's just
God damn it. So I don't... I don't know, I hate to do this, but I guess that's what we have to do. God, that...
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex.
First try.
The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought.
Why are you so sure Ruby didn't off him?
Because she was here. All night. With us.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101.
She didn't go out for fresh air or a smoke?
No.
The window Clausia gave for the time of death was from 11:30 to 12:15.
You mean she stayed put from 11:30 to 12:15 that whole time?
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out, too. She has a complex operation to run from her Lorry. She's a busy girl. Always has been.
Of course, Ruby is the lady driver in this great big jam mystery. Probably. You'll have to keep investigating. They'll never open up about it.
Just 'cause she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot the merc. I've been through this. It's not plausible.
He's been through it. That means he's suspected her too. All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof. You got his attention. Now don't ruin it by making weird claims. Remember, you can still mess this up.
I love that. That it keeps you reminded that, hey, you can still fuck this up. There is a secret route in the kitchen that leads straight to the roof.
How?
It looks like an abandoned pinball workshop.
People say there was a pinball arcade here, sometime before the hostel. What was it called, Theo?
East Delta Pinball Arcade. Weird place. Went bankrupt.
Weird? How? You're wearing the pinball maker's coat.
What do you mean weird, Theo?
Was run by a fella called Nerflock something, who wore a yellow dust coat like the one you have on right now. Weird guy. Never liked him.
Okay, but how'd you get up? There's no room for a staircase in this building. Or an elevator, for that matter.
The elevator's on the outer wall of the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop.
And how does she come into it?
Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down, all in under 7 minutes.
That's quite the theory. We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up there.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go instead of...
Just now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it?
I also found footprints upstairs in the old workshop.
Footprints. Recent.
There were prints there with horizontal lines.
Horizontal? I see they taught you well in your RCM school. My old man, a hunter, and a half-blind one at it, could have said that. Horizontal line. Good news is, I'm still listening.
I don't understand. That's...
He knows they had to be recent for those lines to still read. This wasn't a failure.
Guess what? Remember that key I found there by the window?
I don't like guessing, Cole. No one does.
It opens the kitchen door that leads to the roof. You didn't find it, but Ruby did. That's how she got up there.
Quit jumping to conclusions, Theo. You took that key. Did it look like it was recently put there?
Now, the ribbon was old. Faded. It'd have been there for 20 years at least.
She could have put it back there when she was done.
Why? This doesn't make sense. It's damn interesting, but it doesn't fit well, and you know it.
It doesn't fit well, but it fits. And he knows it. Also, it has to be said, this man would make a good RCM sergeant, or maybe even lieutenant. Just don't let him anywhere near women.
There were pinball machines in the workshop still operational.
Right. What the fuck does that got to do with Ruby?
Nothing, I just thought we could bring some down, get some new machines in here.
Wow, man, can we?
That'd be awesome. I beat that royalist machine 20 times now.
All right, all right. We can get the barman to bring them down. What else?
Do you agree the shot came from the roof?
Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Clausia's window from any of the surrounding buildings. Not from what I know about Martinez. Maybe from the coast. But like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiots. So no, I don't think it was a sniper. It was close up.
There's a 72% chance the bullet came from the roof.
72%. There's a percentage and all. Where'd you get it from? Your guys in the lab?
I just fucking made it up.
No, you can't. I know what you did here on the weekend. People talk. And what they say doesn't sound like a science cop. You're a madman.
Those numbers were an ass pull, man.
Yeah, and they don't put hair on the roof either. It's just mambo jambo. He hasn't got shit.
Have you noticed the winch out back on the outer wall of the whirling?
I've seen the winch. I'm not blind. You saying it's part of the elevator she used to get up there?
That's right.
That's wall mystery down then. An architectural mystery. Doesn't much concern Ruby, does it?
He knows it's something. He's just not ready to say you knew more about Ruby than he does, yet.
Have we firmly established Ruby could have had access to the roof where he was shot?
Firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys need to check it out. That's what we've established. But a route does not put that bullet in his head. A gun does that, and Ruby doesn't carry one.
Phase 2, murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt, in the shape of a gun.
Show them, well... There is this 28% chance the shot came from beyond the roof.
Yes, goddammit, I know what a 72% chance means. It means there's a 28% chance it isn't that. And 28% is no small chance either.
It doesn't all have to fit. The chance is still way smaller than it coming from the roof. And he knows it.
Okay, well... There are weapons like this all across Martinez. Show him the antique rifle.
That looks antique. A Belle McGrave. It's inoperable. Where'd you get it?
There's a cellar under the bookshop. It was hidden there with others just like it.
Also inoperable?
Yeah, but there were so many, 20, maybe 30.
God damn it. We need to close that dump down for good.
Okay, I see your point. There are guns lying around. Damn it. I thought we'd found all the old spots. Why was that still there?
We just missed one. Ruby doesn't know this place, boss. Just these cops digging up shit.
Guys, this is Revachol. Anyone can get a fucking gun.
Look, fucko. Ruby and I are pretty tight. She would have showed me the gun if she had one. She knows I love guns.
Yeah, everyone knows Glenn loves guns.
I don't know, Glenny. Ruby's a little secretive, isn't she? Wasn't like she told you every little thing.
Look who's finally speaking. Ratty's been uncharacteristically quiet since you started theorizing. Maybe he has something to gain from implicating her. He probably just doesn't like her.
Classy says Ruby takes care of things. You don't do that without a gun in Revachol.
She organizes things. She doesn't whack people. That's not the kind of person she is. She's a talker.
It's clear this one is protective of her.
Easy now, Glenn. What he's trying to say is, people who don't have guns don't shoot people. You need a gun for that. You can't prove she has one.
You don't need to prove anything. Doubt is enough for now. And Titus must have some.
I don't think this is the case because the local pawn shop sold my lost gun to a woman. Maybe it was her. I think he sold it to that fucking crazy bitch that we got it from. I don't want to say anything stupid. I didn't say I'd prove she had the murder weapon, just that we need to find her.
All right, Carl. Keep talking. I'll tell you when I've had enough.
T, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this?
Phase 3. Motive. The last component. The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off. That never works.
It's either 2 or 4. Before I arrested Classy, she told me some pretty interesting things about Ruby. When Classy came downstairs, Ruby appeared to know something was wrong. I'll go with 2.
Yeah. Like what?
She had a thing for Classy.
A thing? You mean?
Yeah, but they're both girls.
I know it's strange, but that's what she said.
It's not bewildering. It's like, whatever, man. Guys, I'm not the only one who knew. Right?
Knew what? First he says she's murdered him. Now she's a too? It's a lie.
Come on, Glenn. She likes Monica's titties more than you do. Everyone knows which way the wind blows there.
I did. I knew it. That's why she didn't fuck me at Fatty's birthday party.
She didn't fuck you, 'cause you're 40, and you still live with your mom, Dennis.
So this is why Shanky doesn't like her. Useful for you. It makes him advocate against Ruby.
Classier said she made advances on her, and she thwarted them. She also threatened to end her relationship with the deceased.
This is some sordid shit. It's also the kind of garbage our Miss Aronier puts out to cover her own ass.
She just told us Ruby made her scared and she spilled the beans.
That Ruby is queer as cabaret. Now that I start thinking about it, I don't know why I didn't see it earlier. And that's okay. Some are queerer than others. You can still be a Hardy. But if you bring your own personal shit into our outfit...
If that's the case, then it's not right. But it's not the case. Right?
There are many pieces that fit together that way, Eugene. Face it.
When Colossy came downstairs, Ruby appeared to know something was going on.
Nah, man. That's just Ruby. She's got shit under control. That's her whole thing. That's why she's so good.
Plus, man, it's like female intuition, you know. Women talk to women. Which is sort of why we need someone on the team who they talk to.
Please, Eugene.
Yeah.
He knows he's avoiding the more serious implication, and so does Titus.
It's not why did she kill him, it's why did she organize a cover-up.
And I suppose you have a theory about that too, cop.
Well, she could have been covering up for herself, Titus.
Like fuck she was.
Wasn't it her idea, the hanging?
She had, like, A fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
Time for a logics demonstration.
Shanky, let's assume you killed him.
I didn't do it, fucker. It wasn't my plan.
You probably did, though.
Would you prefer to go on trial with your buddies as part of a lynch mob or alone?
Fuck you, man. I would never fuck my guys over like that. Especially for some bird.
She didn't either. She would never do that. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus.
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good.
Titus, you have to see it. Things don't add up. I need to speak with her.
Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods, a very small nod, and a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip. This is the only option he cares for.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions, if you want. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. Want to know why?
Why?
She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
You think she knew if I find evidence? You think she knew I'd find evidence against her?
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that.
When did she leave?
Friday afternoon, when you first arrived. I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation.
What's she so scared of?
I told you. You.
Personally?
Yes, you. The cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
And a hole in his heart. That first.
And a hole in his heart.
Why not? You look about ready to do something pretty crazy because some bird fucked you over.
Don't forget the funny tie, too.
How can I forget?
You and I are going to dance in the moonlight under a billion stars.
You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure.
What else did Ruby tell you about me?
She said you have a funny taste in clothes and that you won't stop.
Never. Not until the case is solved. And then the next case. And the next.
She's right, I will not.
Not until you have something on her. She says she's heard of you from Jamrock. That you're a human can opener. That you play suspects against each other. Open them up. Like cans.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just...
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it. Whack him. Or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
It's not an actual question. Silence. He nods.
Anything else? Anything?
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This cop, Titus. This cop, he... But she was too scared.
Scared? You should be too. A strange fear creeps over you. A metallic taste in your mouth. Change the subject.
Do you have any clues on where she went?
She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her Lorry, so she's on foot.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
Yeah, Al, and we won't either.
She's not really a hardy candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn.
Have you looked for her?
A little. On the coast.
Where'd you look?
More precisely, on the coast. Past the waterlock. She's not here. So, I'm thinking she's there.
Who's doing this looking? They're all here.
You're all here. Who's out looking?
Lizzie needed some air.
The gardener? But she went to tell Everard.
You're a smart cop, but you're a stupid person. No one goes to tell Everard anything. If he has to know, he has to know fast.
Can you tell me on the coast where I should start looking?
Sure, there's some shit houses there. A cinder block town. The fisherfolk there refuse to unionize. So, that's one place we haven't looked. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
I'll start there. One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a Lorry man.
It's not much, but it's gonna have to do.
It'll have to.
Shake his hand. He puts his hand out. Shake it.
His grip
I
is firm
respect him.
and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM sergeant material.
You should be a cop, Titus.
When are you gonna get it through your dumb head? I already am. I just wasn't sure you were.
That's great.
And he still isn't. People aren't afraid of good cops in the way Ruby was afraid of you, he thinks, then turns back to his men.
I love this game. So good.
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
Okay, so we need to find Colossi's passport. And, well, thought she said it was, she said it was southwest or northwest, I forget. I thought it was on, it might be on the other side of the waterlock. I don't know. Shadows on the water, green plants under the calm surface. Went to the village on the coast, officer. See you there, Joyce. Alright, we'll keep... I guess it's farther west, I don't know. Gotta be somewhere on the coast. Okay. This, like, it's gotten buggy the more we've played. He's supposed to, like, when I double click, he's supposed to run, and it doesn't work a lot. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Hello? I do not know where that fucking buoy is. The ice just off the coast crackles, shifting. We don't really need to talk to Joyce. Huh. That's weird. I could have sworn she said it was like right here. Why is some kind of sewage pipe? Let's look one more time. I don't see any pipe. These guys are supposed to possibly know where Ruby is.
Tequila Sunset.
Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around here lately?
Can't really remember seeing any women after losing my keys.
It's a touchy topic. He hasn't got laid in ages.
The legend returns. You know the deal, legend man.
Uncle.
Wake up.
There's...
The legend returns. You know the deal, legend man. Smokes a...
Well, it's...
Tequila.
Maybe the old lady knows.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coast?
Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately.
Because she's blind, which you seem to have forgotten.
Oops.
This is a sharp one.
This isn't about the union, you know. You don't have to worry about retaliation.
Ah, I should have known. This is yet another union mess. I'm not afraid of them, you know. We are not in the habit of being afraid around here.
Enough of this. She better start talking right now.
God damn it, I know you know something. This shit's important.
This shit? I'm not going to do your work for you just because you got a potty mouth.
Oh, that floorboard that it mentioned that
As
I
you
could
look
never
at
find.
the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others. The edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched. Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below.
What's in there?
Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand, though. Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. A last resort. A bad idea.
Search through the sand and sawdust.
You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then, something hard wrapped in paper.
What is it?
A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet.
Interesting.
The floorboard doesn't care. But maybe the washerwoman does. You have enough to confront her with. It's extra ammunition. She's locked and loaded. ready to fight some cops. Holding the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Why was there a bullet under the floorboards of your shack?
Damn that girl.
Ah, I'm guessing you didn't put it there. Ruby did.
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either.
You rented the room to her?
Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl.
She speaks slowly, wringing out a rag after a long silence. Her hands move into the water bucket. Some water sloshes over the edge.
As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here.
When was this?
She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into, that girl?
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before. But this seems different.
She said she left on Monday?
Yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock, I think.
Is the room exactly as she left it?
I cleaned it, like I always do.
Was there anything else there?
No.
What's she like, Ruby?
She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation. So I really appreciate that about her.
This Ruby is an old lady whisperer. She knows how to work the village elder, unlike you.
Yeah. Did she talk to you much this time?
No, she was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself.
What do you mean?
She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cross a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room.
She wanted to talk to her, as they usually do, but she was brooding.
Why do you think she left a bullet there?
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun.
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill.
I have a possible explanation in mind.
Aye. Do tell.
It's an exit plan.
Exit from what?
This?
No, she's a fighter.
Not a quitter. Like you sometimes get, son.
I heard she was a heavy drinker with anger issues. You ever witnessed that?
Nothing of the sort. Sure, she was no stranger to the bottle. She fit in that way. But I only knew her to have a beer on the beach while watching the sunset.
The sun sets for everyone.
She isn't what you'd call a drunk. Even offered me some from time to time. Said it was part of the communal life. But I never saw her lose control of herself, the way some people do.
Where'd she go?
I don't know. Further up the coast. She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north. You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
Further up the coast it is, then.
Are you sure you would rather stay here? Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater? Seems like a better idea to me.
The failed electric neuron. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time.
One thing, officer. If you do find her, please go easy on her.
She really means it. It's an honest plea.
She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
Very interesting. Keeps you guessing. Okay. Well, let's go meet Miss Ruby. I will... Well... if she's over here. I assume she is. So I need to investigate the places the shots came from, but I'd rather do that with Kim in the group. That mural was right here.
You see, a slogan used to intertwine above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing in the remains of the edifice. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first.
Could you be in there?
She? I don't know who you mean, but the building seems long abandoned to me.
You try to peer in, but there are no windows on this side. Only the disinterested whistle of the wind. Lieutenant Kitsuragi stands in front of a mirror, fixing his orange bomber jacket. You should be asking him that question.
Why do I feel like I know this place?
Indeed. Somehow you knew it was here. An urban ruin, gutted by looters that once used to consume money and dispense warmth and light. You felt it before, when it rained in Martinez, and you felt the cold of the rain. The feeling persists. It has been in you ever since.
She?
You try to peer. The once bright somewhere in Martinez.
She?
You tried to. Indeed, you felt it before, when it rained in Martinez.
She?
You tried to peer in, but...
I wonder if I need Kim here.
The once bright somewhere in Martinez. Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
Oh, okay. We will have to come back here with Mr. Kitsuragi. There's a slit in the concrete here, a sewer. Oh, maybe that sewer pipe Classy mentioned is around here?
The light vanishes inside the concrete slit. The structure goes deep under the earth.
What's in there?
Maybe it's just a storm drain for the sewer.
Hello?
There's no echo.
I can't go in. Ooh. Here's the buoy.
Plastic contraption bobs up and down amidst the trembling reeds. At first, it just looks like trash. But if you look closer...
Pick up the buoy.
You lift the buoy out of the water without much effort. It's not tied to anything. The cords dangling from the bottom appear to have been cut.
Examine the plastic ball.
The number 11 has been written on the yellow plastic. It hasn't been in the water for very long, but it's already discolored and slimy with silt. A latch holds it close, but only just barely. The brittle metal of the latch has cracked. Primitive construction, but it does the job.
Shake the buoy.
There's something in there, splashing around.
Sniff it.
It smells like you would expect it to smell. A concentrated version of the coast. Salt, industrial slop and decay.
Open it.
A shot glass's worth of seawater pours out. Some algae. And nothing else. Another identity misplaced. There must be some cosmic conspiracy afoot.
Stare into the empty buoy.
The buoy continues to be mostly empty.
Maybe Classy took them herself.
No answers appear to you in the...
She just made it up, is my guess. She's a really good fucking liar, holy shit. Still never learned how to take the booze in my hand. Or drink it. Okay, this is one of the places we need
Is
to
there something
investigate.
here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking the shot? Just some urban detritus, a bottle, and a dilapidated old comms tower. The wind picks up. Fine sea foam lashes your face. It feels like needles. You can take it. Just raise your collar, detective.
What about the cigarette butts?
A smoking assailant who favors Timotiri, to Ostra, or Duhan. Cigarette butts are part of the campfire set. They're also everywhere. Still, you felt it was important enough to make a mental note. That means something. You didn't pay attention to any of the other cigarette butts on the coast.
Maybe the assailant climbed that comms tower?
The salty water has corroded the ladder to nothing but two thin orange rails. In addition, there is no stable nest up there. It would have been useless. It does look extremely rickety, and wouldn't help much either.
Maybe the campfire was used by the perpetrator.
To warm his hands before he pulled the trigger? There are no markings on the ground for a tripod. He would have had to lie on a mattress. This is simply not a good spot for a 1.2 kilometer shot.
Look over the water.
There, 1.2 kilometers over the cold water of the bay, blue from the distance and the air. You see the smallest rectangle, barely visible. The light is off on the third floor of the Whirling in Rags. The young woman is gone in precinct 57. Safe, closed off. Her form no longer moves behind the glass there.
Finish the thought. Okay, I need to check the boardwalk. Where at on the fucking boardwalk? Has to be like up here, I guess. Well, it's kind of annoying. I don't fucking know. I wish, you know, the quest shows you when you're up there, but I don't, I can't remember exactly. All the way down there, maybe? Alright, fuck it. No clue. What else can we even do right now? I need to find Ruby. Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to try to break in here. We'll do it next time.